Welcome to the WSU family. You are joining a supportive network that will help you grow your skills, engage with campus events and activities, and graduate connected to your community and prepared for your career.
Each of WSU's 6 campuses has its own strengths and attributes. All of them prepare you to meet the needs of our communities across the state and the nation. This is our land-grant mission.
At your campus, you'll receive the same high-quality education, but with a twist based on the region and the community in which you are located.
WSU Pullman is the flagship. This is the largest and the oldest of the campuses in the WSU system. We have more than 1,000 faculty, many of whom are top in their fields. As our residential campus, we also have a robust campus life that is connected to our scholarship and teaching.
At WSU Everett, you'll experience a campus focused on innovative, engaging educational experiences with deep connections to business and industry.
And at WSU Vancouver, you'll experience a welcoming, diverse, tight-knit community on our beautiful campus, and you'll find all the resources you need to succeed in college.
At WSU Tri-Cities, you'll benefit from real-world, hands-on learning experiences by working in partnership with regional industry.
At the WSU Global Campus, you will receive a high-quality education in a flexible format connected to a vibrant online community from everywhere in the world.
At WSU Spokane, you'll join health-minded students in the pursuit of creating healthier communities across the state of Washington.
From all of us across the WSU system, we are excited that you will join us this fall. Congratulations on your admittance to WSU
And
go
Cougs!
Good afternoon, Cougs. It is Crimson and Gray all day, every day, baby. My name is Mary Jo Gonzalez, your Vice President for Student Affairs. I'm also known as the Lady and the Lamp. We are so excited to spend time with you this afternoon. And I really want you to pay attention because some of the hints that I'm going to give you are going to be the answers to the trivia questions that you're going to have shortly. We are so proud that you are WSU bound. And so was I all of those years ago. I'm a 2-time Coug alum. As a low-income first-generation single mom, the youngest of 10 in a Mexicano family, the degrees that I earned here changed my life and the life of my daughter. That is the kind of opportunity that WSU provides you with, but also presents you with. Have you thought about the kind of impact you want to make while you are here? Because we embody Cougs helping Cougs. And not only in the embodiment of that, many of our programs are built by students, for students, and with students in our entire Cougar community. Whether it is the Coug Pantry at our WSU Tri-Cities campus or the Global Connections program with WSU Global, other Cougs are here to help you, and you're going to meet some of them today. I want to hear first and foremost to all of you in YouTube. Tell us where you are right now and what campus you are attending. And don't forget to practice the Go Cougs even in your own language. And that means Vamos Cougs for me. Say hello to each other, welcome each other to the Coug family, and get to know each other because you are going to be seeing each other in person on our campuses very soon. And please know that Cougs all across the country are cheering you on right now. Every single one of our staff and faculty, that's 100% of us, are committed to your success. And we all support you in so many different times and so many different ways. Please remember that this is your time. It is just not the over 200 of areas of study that we offer, but the hundreds of student organizations, the over 500 study abroad programs, and even the student who designed our Coug Head logo all of those years ago. Now is the time to start getting out and opening up the possibilities that Washington State is going to provide to you. We do know that you've missed some things while you were away, and now is the time to start mapping that future at Washington State. What student organizations will you be involved with? What classes are you going to take? What in-person experiences in the labs and the Compton Union and the union buildings all across our campuses will you be engaged with? And today it is all about WSU Together. So I want you to pull out that flag. Yes, you know what I said, pull out that flag, fly it proudly on your social media accounts with the hashtag WSU Together. Take selfies with your family or loved ones, supporters. And 2 or 3, 4 or 5 years from now, you can see that memory as you get ready to walk across that stage at graduation. Whether you walk, stroll, strut, or just hang out on that stage, because that is what you are here to do, getting across that stage at graduation to hear the cheers of loved ones. And that is the broadest Coug family possible, by blood and by choice, as your name is announced with your degree that you earned while you were here. Now, I want to take a moment to introduce all of our campuses. We have 6 campuses and they are all Go Cougs. And we're going to have you a moment to introduce them. So let's go to gallery and see all of our lovely Coug ambassador faces. First of all, I want to give a shout out to our Ever Cougs. WSU, hey, Marina and Greg. You know, WSU Everett, isn't that an amazing staircase that winds through the building? So the next time you're there, you're going to want to hang out with Marina and Greg. And let's talk a little bit, Marina. You're a senior in organic and sustainable ag, right? You're also a student ambassador, welcoming all kinds of students. And Greg, of course, is our current president for PRSSA at WSU Everett. Greg, what does PRSSA stand for?
That stands for Public Relations Student Society of America.
There you go. He is a senior in integrated strategic communication and our student ambassador, and they've got some exciting things to share with both of you, with all of you. Okay, let's talk about our TC Cougs. Natalie, are you in the house?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, and Natalie serves as our ASWSU Tri-Cities president, and you're going to learn a lot about ASWSU when you come to campus, but you have a brand new campus building, a student learning and engagement hub with a big old Coug logo, right, Natalie?
Yes, it's amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to go take a picture and a selfie with it. All right, let's go ahead to our Spokane Cougs. We got a shout out for our Spokane Cougs. Justin and Blake, right?
What's up?
Hey there. So Blake is one of our former WSU students who is now studying medicine in our College of Medicine in Spokane, and he is also the student council president there. Justin Vo is a pharmacy student and a recent grad. Congrats. And you're going to hear some amazing information from both Justin and Blake about the things that they've learned while they've been at Washington State University. Now we have our Global Cougs. Global Cougs, are you in the house?
Woo, woo,
yeah. There you go. Can you tell how excited we are to spend time with you all? So we have Nolan. Nolan is a post-baccalaureate accounting student and the current president of ASWSU Global. Chelsea is our ASWSU Global vice president, right? And then Heather is a recent WSU graduate and was the vice president last academic year. So we are so proud to see all of you Global Cougs. You've got it going on. All right. And now we have our Van Cougs going back to the west side in Clark County. How y'all doing?
Yeah, good.
Woo, go good. Yeah.
All right. Armando, and he goes by Mando, Antonio, and Kylie Sickles are both at WSU Vancouver. And I'll tell you a little secret. There's like a mini Stonehenge where you can see 2 mountain peaks when you get to the campus. So Mando is currently the president of ASWSU Vancouver. He's studying strategic communication, and he's also the president of the Vancouver Fashion Club. Hopefully he'll talk about a little bit of that when he gets into his conversation. And then we have Kylie, who works in our Office of Student Involvement, right? Kylie, where you work on the election board and engage with students all the time. It's pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so much fun. I love being able to work with students, and having an on-campus job is honestly the best decision I've made.
And we're glad you chose us. And the last campus we're going to highlight is WSU Pullman. It's home of Ferdinand's ice cream and Cougar Gold cheese, which is one of the 8 flavors that can be shipped anywhere in the world. WSU Pullman and our Pullman Cougs. Kate, where you at?
Hey, Mary, I'm right here.
How are things going today?
Oh, it's awesome. It's so hot here, but it's so beautiful out in Pullman.
Exactly. The sun is shining, which is a great reason to get some Ferdinand's ice cream. Kate is a recent Pullman grad. She was a Cougar connector. She was involved in Greek Like. And guess what? She's headed to Cornell for graduate school in the fall and is going to share some information with you about her time at Washington State. So we are so excited to spend this hour with you and spend some time with you. Please, if you have questions for anyone, including all of our Cougar or ambassadors that are here today, please tag @Blake, that's @ and then BLAKE in the chat. He'll submit the questions to us and we'll talk about university life, all of our campuses, and the student ambassadors will follow up on specific questions if that's what you're looking for. Staff are also in the chat who can answer questions, but I really want to hand it off to Mondo and Kylie to get some of those fun facts out of the way. Hey, Mondo, Kylie, it's on you.
Hello, thank you so much, Mary Jo. Welcome, everyone. In my opinion, Kylie and I get to have the most fun tonight as we get to list some trivia facts. Well, more or less, we're going to ask you some trivia facts and see who is the first to respond in the chat. I'm joined today with Kylie, if you want to introduce yourself a little bit.
Hello. Like I said earlier, I work over in the Office of Student Involvement at the Vancouver campus, and I'm an incoming sophomore student for computer science. So really excited to be here today.
So much, Kylie, and I will get right into it. So WSU trivia, let's hope you've been paying close attention to the little clues Mary Jo has left throughout our presentation already. But the first question is, what is the total number of WSU campuses across the state? And with that, we got 30 seconds on the clock. First one in the chat wins. Kylie, how many campuses do you think there are? Washington State's pretty big.
Washington State, we have it all across the state too. And like, even with the global campus, I think it's pretty neat how many like opportunities students have to study with the amazing university.
Absolutely. And with the global campus, really, we're across the country. We're
we're anywhere.
We should have had an option C everywhere.
Yeah.
And that is 30
Infinite,
seconds.
yeah.
Infinite. Kylie, will you give the answer for us?
The answer is A. We do have 6 WSU campuses, and that does include the global campus. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Moving on to the next question. What is the name of the breed of Washington State University apple? So 30 seconds on the clock. I know when I was creating this question, I didn't even know Washington State had an apple.
Okay, I'm going to talk about this apple for a second because I am a firm believer in this apple. It is so good. I know down here in Vancouver, it's sold at Costco, but when you hear the name of this, when this is revealed, go out and treat yourself to a nice WSU sponsored apple.
Please, I'm gonna have to go to Costco right after this and pick me up an apple.
It's good stuff. Yeah.
And with that, 30 seconds on the clock. Kylie, what is the name of the apple?
It's the Cosmic Crisp. We
There
know
you
it. We love it. It's so good. Get yourself some Cosmic Crisp.
Have you had it without knowing? I probably have. Question 3, what percentage of WSU employees are student focused, meaning focused on you, the student?
Now we have some interesting numbers up here, I think.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and like meeting, last year was my freshman year, so I haven't gotten to meet a lot of faculty face to face, but even over Zoom, the faculty has been absolutely amazing and just incredibly helpful.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that. I don't know how I would manage without this year, without the help of faculty helping me navigate. And with that, 30 seconds on the clock. Kylie, what percentage of WSU employees are student focused?
Folks, we got 100%.
100% is the correct answer here. Everyone at WSU cares about you and your well-being. So please feel free to reach out to anybody during your time here. And with that, we go to the last question of this section. In what year was WSU founded? 30 seconds on the clock. I don't know about you, but I was born in 2000. So anything before 2000 is historical fossilized evidence for me.
It just doesn't exist. Like, I'm a 2002 baby. So every year here is older than me, which is insane to think about, but that's cool.
There's a hint for you as well for what year WSU was founded. And with that, 30 years on the clock, the answer we all need.
We got C, 1890. I cannot read numbers apparently, but
1890 is the correct answer, and that is
1890,
the
yes.
first portion of our trivia. Stay tuned and pay attention throughout the whole event tonight. Me and Kylie are going to come in and ask you all some questions. Thank you all so much for participating.
Awesome. Thank you, folks.
And I will introduce Chelsea to do some ambassador Q&A/speed round.
Sorry, that was on me. I was just zoning out. I was enjoying y'all too much. But yeah, I will kick off our speed round. I actually am going to call out Greg and Blake. And my first question for y'all is, why do you love being a Coug?
That is a great question, Chelsea. I would have to say I love being a Coug because of WSU's support system. I was welcomed into a family and community for a lifetime right when I entered the college.
Yeah, I'll follow Greg up on that. We actually kind of on the same page. We didn't even talk about this, but definitely the community. I think being Coug kind of makes the world a little bit smaller. You know, no matter where you go, you'll see a Coug hat or a Coug flag. And I didn't know I was necessarily signing up for that when I joined the college, but I love it and definitely one of my favorite parts.
That's awesome. I'm here in Texas and I'll still get a go Cougs some places. So why did y'all choose your major?
Yeah, I can go ahead. So as was mentioned before, I went to WSU Pullman to start and I majored in biochemistry. And I picked that because it was a combination between life sciences and a little bit more of a technical major. And then I chose the medicine program because I want to be a Coug doc. So I look forward to supporting the communities of Washington State and improving our healthcare system. Greg?
I chose my major because I love communications, and being in integrated strategic communications, finding out that was at Wazoo Everett was a plus, and I've just loved it ever since. It's a great program.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass it off to Heather for the next speed round.
All right. So I'm going to call out Natalie and Kate. So Natalie and Kate, what is your coffee order?
I think that's a great question. I feel like I order something different every single time, but I guess my go-to, like if I kind of blank, I would say probably a hazelnut latte. I love hazelnuts, so.
Yum.
I would say for those of you who do live in the Tri-Cities, I love going to this little coffee shop named like The Local, and I get a espresso, which is maple syrup at the bottom, a shot of espresso, oat milk, because we only do oat milk in this house. And I believe it has like a little bit of vanilla, but it's so good.
Nice. That sounds delicious too. I do a lavender chai tea. I love those. All right. Next one is your favorite ice cream flavor. And if it's too hard to pick one, pick two.
Well, right now I'm definitely craving Huckleberry ice cream from Ferdinand's. I was from out of state, so we never had Huckleberry anything. And as soon as I came up to Washington, I'm just obsessed with Huckleberry, like everything. So
Recently, I've loved, I guess, half vanilla, half pistachio. Super, super odd, but it's so good.
That sounds delicious to me. I don't think that's odd at all. All right. I'm going to pass it to you, Mondo.
Thank you, Heather. And I don't know if I could try pistachio ice cream, but I might be able to give it a go if I'm convinced. I'm going to be asking Kylie and Noel some questions today. First being is top tips for transferring to a university, and we're all from different backgrounds. So top tips.
Okay, I'm going to take this one real quick. I think my biggest tip is to just figure out what resources you can get, whether that be like campus specific or WSU general. Really finding out your student resources, finding out, what type of tutoring sources you can get is immensely helpful. I know for WSU Vancouver, we have a math tutoring service and we have a writing center, and they're fantastic. So check out those student resources.
I completely agree with that. I've been to 3 different colleges, so I have some experience with transferring institutions. And apart from that, I highly recommend just getting involved. Go out there, figure out what clubs are going on, figure out, the kind of groups that you can join. My very first year of college, I didn't really get involved in extracurriculars, and it was my worst year of college. So just go out there and find out what there is for you to do. Have some fun.
And do you both have any tips on getting involved? Because I know it can be a little challenging sometimes.
Office of Student Involvement, not to plug where I work, but also Coug Presence is an amazing website. Sorry, Nolan, I think I might have cut you off there, but I just wanted to real quick say Coug Presence is an amazing website. Each campus has its own like different branch on the website. You can check out campus events there.
No, you didn't cut me off at all. So I would just say from like the emotional side of it, if you're a bit of an introvert, if something you're like, I don't really know if I want to do this, I might look stupid or something, overcome that fear and just try it out, because it might be the greatest thing you've ever done in your life. So yeah, just go for it.
Yeah, you just started college. Why not go one step further and try to get involved? Thank you much, Nolan and Kylie. And I'm gonna go give it over to Blake now.
Thanks, Mondo. And we're going to keep it going. I don't know if Justin and Kate have any other tips for getting involved on campus.
Yeah, I can definitely start. So honestly, the best way to get involved on campus is to be on campus. You know, that's where everything happens. Different student organizations, events are always going in. And sometimes you might be a little afraid to kind of like peek your head in with like, what's going on? Just remember, wherever you are on the WSU campus, everyone's very, very welcoming. Just go in and say hi.
Justin, I totally agree with you. I would also say just talk to people and ask them what they're doing or what they're involved with. And even if you're just remotely interested, just go. Worst case scenario, it's an hour of your life, and best case, you end up loving it. So I think just ask everyone, just try to do everything you can.
Those are great answers. Thank you both so much. I guess the next question I'd probably have is what's your favorite study snack? You know, when you're booked up late, working hard in whether the library or in your room, what kind of snacks you munching on?
Oh man, I'm a sour candy type of guy. So lemon heads and sour gummy bears is my go-to all the time, just until your tongue starts to burn a little bit or like, okay, I need to slow down a little bit.
I definitely have different snacks for different parts of the day. I'm more of a morning person, so I get up super early and study rather than staying up late. So I guess my favorite thing is just to have like a cup of black coffee and yogurt, and then that just gets me going for the day.
Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely a Cheez-It person. I don't know why. The salty, crunchy snack just gets me through the late nights. So I'm going to pass it on to Kylie.
Hello, awesome. So I have two quick questions for Marina and Greg. The first question I have is, what's your top time management tip? I know that's kind of a pretty large issue when you come into college. You know, what's your top tips?
Well, for me, when I am trying to stay organized, I really like to make to-do lists. I don't know if anybody else enjoys making to-do lists, but I really like checking off the boxes like, okay, that assignment is done. Don't ever have to deal with it ever again. And so, but you want to find what works for you. So if that's using your phone or a calendar, like do those. That's the most important thing when it comes to time management and being organized, is do what's best for you.
I really like what you said there, Marina. That's a really great time management tip. I'd have to say for me, it's being involved. When you get involved on campus, it really helps you to be organized and to manage your time better. So I'd say find a time to be involved, and it will really help you.
Awesome. Those are some awesome tips. I definitely agree. I think planners are the way to go. I love color-coded planners. But okay, one more question for you two. Where's the most random place you have heard a Go Cougs?
Well, I work in Skagit Valley and I'm studying agriculture. And so the other day I was in a potato field, just scouting some fields, and I got a Go Cougs from one of the farmers. And so for some of you, that might not be random, but for me, I grew up in Lake Stevens, so that was kind of weird, but cool.
I think that's more random than my place, I have to say. For me, it was going through a Starbucks drive-through, and an employee yelled "Go Cougs" when he saw my WSU face mask.
That's awesome. Something I love about Cougars is that we always open to shout "Go Cougs." One time I saw a Coug flag at like an Overwatch League game, like for esports, and I thought that was wild. But now I'm going to pass it off to Nolan for some more questions.
Thank you very much. And my questions are going to go out to Chelsea and Mondo. So get ready here. First question. What's your favorite Cougar cheese flavor?
Oh, gee, you got to go Cougar Gold. You have to put it
in the what is that? Mac and cheese, Cougar Gold mac and cheese, a little crisp on top. And I can't think of the name of the restaurant in Pullman that does it, but the restaurant is owned by one of the professors for hospitality, and it's so good. It's so good.
South Fork, just wanted to give a shout out.
Thank you. It's so good.
I'm gonna have to go with Chelsea on that one. The Coug mac and cheese on the Vancouver campus, we get treated once a month to having the freshly made, freshly sliced up Coug Gold mac and cheese with the crispy bits on top, and it's the best.
Okay, and just for all of you watching this, Chelsea and Mondo are not the first people I've heard give those recommendations. So keep that in mind. That seems to be a fan favorite. Okay, next question is, tell us your top 2 Netflix recommendations.
I have to rewind it back. I've really been killing it with Big Time Rush and iCarly. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you can go and you can do the circle and all these fun things, but it's so much fun to just sit down and like remember being like 12 and 13 years old and like having a crush on Big Time Rush. So that's where I'm at right now.
Oh my gosh, I've also been rewatching the iCarly in preparation for the new reboot. I feel like with all these reboots, I'm reliving my teens again. It's the best time to be alive, I feel like. And in terms of my Netflix recommendations, I have a long list of recommendations that were given to me by my friends. So I'm just going to show you all those recommendations. The first one is BoJack Horseman. Apparently that's a really good show to watch. I'm getting some like head knobs from some of my fellow ambassadors. And then the other one was, I think they said Nancy Drew. So if you've seen those, I hold they're really good and I'm going to be watching them. Maybe we can watch them together.
Good Rex. I just finished New Girl, so I do recommend that. It's a pretty good show. Stop watching after season 4, though. Okay, next, I'm going to pass the question baton to Greg.
Thanks, Nolan. This is going to be fun. All right. This is for Blake and Marina. The first question we will answer will be, why did you choose your campus?
Mine's pretty quick. I chose the Spokane campus because that's the home of the College of Medicine.
And I chose WSU Everett because I wanted to study agriculture on the west side of the Cascades, and so WSU Everett was the perfect choice.
Awesome. All right, second question. This will be fun. Top campus study spot.
Well, I definitely had a long list in Pullman, but since I've gotten to Spokane, the Student Academic Center is where I like to go. If you haven't been to the Spokane campus, it's absolutely gorgeous. So I think anywhere you could find on campus would be great. Everything is just so beautiful and new. So.
And here at the Everett campus, you can study on the first floor of the cafe. There's also the Student Success Center on the second floor. And then the third and fourth floor have small rooms that you can go with a group of people or just yourself and study.
Awesome. Thank you, both of you. I will now pass it on back to Marina.
All right, so Kylie and Heather, I have a question for you. Can you name that one moment that made you proud to be a Coug?
Awesome. I think I don't really have one defining moment. I think it's any time that I get to have the opportunity to be involved on campus, or anytime I get to walk around on campus, or even when I meet other Cougs, online. I think just interacting with people and interacting with the campus is my favorite part.
Agreed. It's any time that I wear my swag. So I definitely wear your shirt and your hat and all of your stuff. And when people shout it out, it just is that community moment. And so that's my proud moment always.
Yes, I totally agree. The Cougar community is strong out here and everywhere. And with that, I am going to pass it off to Greg, who is going to be talking about time management.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marina. Appreciate the pass off there. Yes, I will go deeper into time management. To touch on time management, I will be speaking on 3 key points that I practice that I believe will help all of you get a big advantage for this fall. The first technique is mindset. Always have a positive outlook is key. When needing to get a singular task or multiple tasks completed, think of the end in mind. Instead of thinking how to start the assignment, you can dive into the task and start the assignment as you think about finishing it. This is because many times if we think about the task too much, we will not want to start it right away. Think of the end goal and you will complete these tasks faster. Now for the second technique here, balance. Juggling college with work, parenting, emotions, and many other factors, our life can get hectic. Find a balance by not overthinking it. Many times we think to ourselves, we aren't doing enough. Study more. What time should I do this? Am I really studying enough? Take one break out of your day or more to play a game, talk to friends, family. This is an important break and a reminder we can get through our day without working harder than we need to be. Lastly, for the last technique here, think long-term. Going back to college specific, try using this technique. If you are currently thinking present day when you are in college, change your thinking to a longer-term approach. When doing this, you are looking forward to being done with college. If you focus too much on what is in front of you, time will move slower. As you look ahead, time will move fast, and you may be excited for studying for the very first time. Those are all the techniques. Thank you everyone for listening, and I highly recommend using one or all of these techniques when you come to WSU this fall. Good luck to all of you, and go Cougs. I will now be handing it over to Mondo and Kylie for some more Wazoo trivia coming your way. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Greg. It's time for everyone's part, WSU Trivia. I hope you open up a new tab, stretch those fingers to start Googling these answers, and let's get right into it. So question 5, true or false? WSU has 200 plus areas of study.
See, this is such a fun question because I remember when I was picking out, I already had like a major in mind, but I was like, oh, what if I went for like a certificate? And like even just WSU Vancouver has so many cool options.
So true. Within these areas of studies, those certificates, those license, there's so much more than just 200 areas. And with that, we will go to the answer. Is this true or false, Kylie?
It's true. We got so many options for all of you. You can find your own niche, Absolutely. I think.
And WSU is always growing, so maybe check back periodically and see what new areas of study we've added to a long list. How many student abroad programs does WSU offer worldwide? Is it 565 study abroad programs in 70 plus countries? Is it 450 programs in 50 countries, 100 programs in 24 countries, or 10 in 5 countries? Kylie, have you ever been to a different country?
I have not. The furthest I've ever been is Florida, and I don't know if that counts. So
that's a whole nother country. That definitely
a
counts.
Different landscape. Yep. I did see an alligator, so that was pretty cool.
Exotic animals, love that.
What about you, Mondo? Have you ever been anywhere?
I have not, but the Zoom, I kind of feel like I have. I think once during 1 week, I went to the beach. And I was like, Zoom classes on the beach? Who am I?
Fancy.
Right?
Yeah.
The answer, Kylie?
We got 565 study abroad programs in 70 plus countries. You got your pick at WSU.
Yeah. You want to go to WSU while you're in Paris? Set it up. We got you.
Go for it.
The next question is, the WSU Kook Head logo was designed by a WSU alum, Tom Tuttle, in 1985. Artist and painter Bob Ross, A Little Happy Tree, in 1991. The first WSC president, Onich Albert Bryan, in 1893. Or WSU student Randall Johnson in 1936.
Go ahead, sorry.
As a DTC minor, I understand, and I've done a lot of logos in my time at WSU. And the WSU Kook logo is just something special about it. It is beautiful, the Kook head, but you can also see like WSU in there too. Phenomenal.
I completely agree. I think it's so fun. I've also, when I learned to embroider, the first thing I embroidered was the WSU logo on a hat. So it holds a special place in my heart.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to teach me how to bodle.
Oh, it was so much fun.
And the answer is, Kylie?
We got D. We got a WSU student, Randall Johnson, in 1936. I think that's so cool that a student designed it.
It's so cool. Like to say, oh yeah, I was a student and I designed that for the university. Amazing. And then the last question is, what is the name of WSU's mascot? We all know who this logo symbolizes.
The mascot's so cool. And I know on the WSU Vancouver campus, you can spot a little, it's a statue of a cougar, and it's so neat.
Yeah, we showed
Yeah.
you the pigs heel. And so Kylie,
Butch T. Cougar, you know him, you love him.
bonus question.
Woo!
What does the T stand for in Butch? Is it Thomas, Tiny, the, or Tenacious? And we're gonna give 5 seconds because it's a bonus. Do 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 do. Kylie.
Amazing. We got C, the, which is something I learned while we were putting together this trivia.
Yeah, Booch the Coug. And that's it for this round of trivia. Thank you all so much for joining. I'm gonna give it over to Justin for his little speech.
Justin, we can't hear you.
Oh, there you go. I think you can hear me now. Sorry about that. So real quick, jump back right into it. My name is Justin. I'm actually a recent pharmacy graduate over on the WSU Health Science Spokane campus. It's a mouthful every single time. Really quick, I just want to talk about some of my favorite resources to use on campus. And that one favorite resource would be the Diversity Center. This place is kind of like the go-to place where a lot of students like to hang out between classes or even after class. So you kind of like even, study, get some work done. But what makes that place really unique is that they actually celebrate and embrace cultural holidays and shine a little light on cultural awareness, and I thought that was one of the coolest things. Best part is that when they do these celebrations, there's always like culture specific food. So the food there is always so bomb. Outside of some of the resources we have on campus, there's also like free counseling. They can help you, kind of get you in the right mindset for school, whether you be going through like relationship problems, if you're going through work-life balances and things kind of like that. I would say, they will always have someone there to help you no matter what. And then that's the reassuring feeling about being at WSU, because the support system there is unlike any other, I would say. Outside of that kind of resources you have on campus, you have places that can help you work on your resumes, writings, your CV workshops, really help to build you become a professional person as you move forward in your career. Outside of that is the people that you meet, your mentors, your teachers, your advisors, they are all there to help you out. It's something interesting about being a Coug that kind of brings everybody together like a family. Outside of that, we also have a lot of community engagement events too. There's several student-led organizations depending where you're at. So I always tell a lot of people, when you go to college or graduate school, get involved, make the most of your experience because, you never know where you'll really end up. So I really hope I was able to kind of paint a nice little picture of what WSU has to offer you. Just remember, go Cougs, okay? And next off, I'm going to be passing it off to Natalie.
Thank you, Justin. That is perfect for what I'm going to talk about today for our Tri-City Cougs and, for all of the other Cougs to learn something about Tri-Cities. So I'm Natalie. I'm the ASWCTZ president. Obviously, I go to the Tri-City campus and my major is history there. So I'm also a first-gen student, and it's important that you remember that because the TRIO program at WSU Tri-Cities is absolutely amazing and they will help you out so much. They are literally my angels of college because they have been so helpful. Some of the things that I love about Tri-Cities is that the community is just so small there that, I can walk to the sub, which is our student union building, and I'll see the same person over and over and over again. So I'll just end up, meeting them one of these days when I get brave enough to, approach a stranger, and we'll start a conversation and get talking. I would say that that's one of the major pluses that WSU Tri-Cities has to offer, as well as the amazing faculty that we have and the wide range of programs that we offer. I never knew I was going to be a history major, but we're here today. And with that, I'm gonna pass it off to Blake.
Hey, thank you, Natalie. Just want to thank everyone, who threw questions in the chat, and we're going to go ahead and move on to some Q&A. So I'm kind of just pulling some questions together here. So give me a second. While we wait for those, I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor to see if anyone has any last minute things that they want to share that kind of motivated them through this tough school year and what they're excited about next school year.
I'm going to jump in and say, I cannot wait to see all of you in person. We have missed you over the past 18 months, and don't be surprised if you see me walking around all of the campuses saying, "Go Cougs," just to remind us how important that community is. So like, I am so looking forward to seeing humans again, our campus populating and engaging with one another like we always do.
Great. So we to start the first question off for the students or for Mary Jo is what kind of opportunities or events or classes are offered for artists coming into the WSU family?
I can speak a little on the Vancouver campus, but I know we have a fine arts degree program here at WSU Vancouver and lots of student opportunities to get involved in the type of artistry that you want to pursue. I know we have campus jobs for student photographers. We have campus jobs for student organized media, such as, the Coug magazine, the Evergreen magazine, Coug radio, all amazing things that can help you in develop your skill here at WSU Vancouver and do what you love and your passion.
I would love to add on to that too. At the Pullman campus, we have a great art museum. There's always constantly new installations, and I know students can work there. They can help set up the installations, and we have a great fine arts program here at WSU as well. I know a few of my roommates have taken like drawing and painting classes, and you can really go to the higher levels with those.
Thank you both for that. And that question was from Cole, so thank you, Cole, for that question. Next question is, I think, from Shay, and it's how do I get a scholarship at WSU?
Oh, pick me.
Chelsea, I pick you.
Say that again.
I said, Chelsea, I pick you.
Yes. No, my mom was a teacher my entire life. So as soon as I went to college, she was like, here's 8,000 scholarships for you to apply to. And you do the scholarship.com thing. No, throw that out the window. Pullman or WSU has their own scholarship website. You can look it up by your major, by your campus, by all the things. There's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of organizations, of alumni, of just people wanting to give back to the Coug community. Once you're a Coug for life. And it doesn't matter if you're at Pullman, Vancouver, Tri-Cities, whatever, global. Little old me in Denton, Texas out here is getting WSU scholarships. Also, I know that I'm not sure for all of the WSU other campuses, but Global Campus offers their students a WSU scholarship as long as you're in academic standing and things like that. So it's a really, really, really big community, and they really want to make sure you succeed. Like, I've even had just random people on Facebook groups give me like school because they knew or school money because they knew I was a Coug. So definitely keep that in mind.
Great. And yeah, the URL on that is scholarships.wsu.edu, and you should really check that out. Those are going to be directed and nice and easy for students to apply to, and hopefully everyone will be eligible for this. Next question we have is, what would you recommend not to bring to college regarding the dorms? Maybe someone has a good story too. Well, don't hide an animal in the dorm if you don't have an animal approved to be in the dorm. So I know there's some crazy stories that I've heard about animals. So I would just recommend people having like essentially zoos in their dorm. So unless you have it approved, I'm not sure the process on that. Leave your pets at home if you don't have approval.
Yeah, and Blake, I was laughing here, busting out, because I think about all the animals that we do find that shouldn't be in campus. What I would share with you is, one, the room is a lot smaller than you think it is. So you can go online, and this is for the Pullman campus students only. You can go online and you can actually see what the room looks like, but you always purchase more. What is the worst thing? I help with move-in, right? And parents are taking stuff out the door. Families are taking stuff out the door. Supporters are taking the stuff out the door because there's not enough room in the residence halls. And so you should be receiving, for those of you, I know there was a question regarding housing assignments for the Pullman campus. You know, we should be mailing those out in early July. You'll hear something, and you'll also be connected with the roommate if you requested one, and the roommate requested you. And so have a conversation with them about who's bringing what to campus, whether it's the refrigerator or the television. But remember, you know, Caitlin, you were in residence halls, right? You know that you just can't bring everything because I think there it is a lot less room. Kate, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, Mary, I was just reminiscing, but I definitely think you guys don't need as much clothes as you think you need. So, because those closets are smaller than you think and they fill up. But I will tell you, I think things that are important to bring are like mini fridges, Keurigs, just kind of things like that. So.
And you want to take a look at housing.wsu.edu for those residence hall tours that'll help you find that location. Now, for all of you on the other campuses, if you're moving toward near the campus, you're going to want to think about those same things because apartments near our other campuses are also not as big as the home that you either have come from or are transitioning from. So just be mindful of that. That first move out, or if it's your fourth or fifth move out, for some of our students, just remember that what you bring with you is a lot, and you can get some of that stuff here in local. And many of our students offer things on Facebook and other places where you can purchase from one another. So those are options as well.
Yeah, thank you all for answering that. We have time for about 2 more questions. And I know there's never enough time for these kind of things. But so the next question is, does WSU have any support for people that are parents of small children? Or if we don't know, then we can make sure we get students pointed in the right direction. Oh, Chelsea's got fingers pointed.
I'm so excited. Yeah, so for our global campus Cougs, we are probably the most diverse campus when it comes to the just sheer amount of experiences that we share as a Coug, or as a campus. We have so many non-traditional students. We offer things like reimbursements for groceries, for childcare, for things like that. There's so much support from your fellow Cougs, and just lean into that. Look into, I know there's things like food pantries on the Pullman or the physical campuses, and just, I had more and it's gone forever. But yeah, I think in general, just like taking your time, and you don't have to graduate in those 4 years. I'm graduating in 6 with my little bachelor degree, and you know, just make sure that you're getting your full experience and really soaking up all the resources that WSU has to offer.
All right, and then our last question is a quick question, and it's this is a question for Spokane students. Which area do you suggest is the best fit for housing in Spokane? And so I can take an initial jab at this, but it's a little bit specific to our campus. But right now the market in Spokane is a little bit crazy, just with, I think, COVID just ending. And so I'd recommend just being patient and keeping your eye out. There's places right near the Gonzaga and WSU Health Sciences campus that might be the right fit for you. I think it just depends on your budget. But I think reaching out to maybe your student affairs on campus would be a great resource to see if they could either connect you with some current students or even answer the questions directly, because there might be like a housing guide or a housing pro tips that they might have for you. Because I think it's definitely case by case.
Yeah, so Blake, I'm going to actually jump off there real quick, and I want you all to tell me how student affairs plays a role in your lives on your campus. So I'm going to go campus by campus. So Blake, you mentioned student affairs in Spokane. What other things do they do?
Well, as student council president, I work with student affairs all the time. Whether or not you're having some personal issues, you can bring those to student affairs at my campus. If you need some assistance, you can bring that. If you would like to plan an event or you have questions about student interest groups, I think they're kind of like the Swiss Army knife, at least at the College of Medicine. Like if you need a first place to go, I think they're a great first step, and they'll do what they can. And if they can't answer that, I think they'll help you find the right direction.
That is a great answer, Swiss Army knife. I think that's my new metaphor. Chelsea, what about for you all on the global campus? What does Student Affairs do for you?
Our Student Affairs actually does a lot of different things. We have things like career counseling, academic advisors, tech support, and we have e-tutoring, library service access center, all kinds of things. We have, you can find it all on our website. They pretty much just want to make sure that you're getting your full experience no matter where you are, and that you are set up for success.
All right, Marina, how about you on the Everett campus?
Mary, that is an excellent question. I have not been at WSU Everett for that long, so I do not know exactly all the resources. This is one of the first times I've actually been on campus and gotten a chance to walk around. I don't know if Greg can touch a little bit more on that. We do have our Student Success Center, and success can be made there.
Good answer. All right, Greg, do you want to add in a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. Student Success Center, and definitely looking at the Student Care Network, and looking at a lot of access and opportunity, and also the Center for Civic Engagement as well. And it's just like great resources at the campus to be involved and to ask questions, and the resources are there. And it's just great opportunity to get involved and learn about these resources. Also with health and wellness as well is a big part of the campus too. But a lot of those resources are there for you. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Kylie, what about you? Vancouver campus.
So at WSU Vancouver, we have, a lot of the things that have been touched on by the other campuses too. But I really want to highlight our awesome Student Wellness Center. It's something that I've used. It's something I know other people have used. They have really great counseling there. And also you can have I believe you can have checkups. I believe there's ADHD testing in the summers. There's just so many awesome things. And really you could spend hours looking around the WSU website for your respective campus and just looking at all the services that you get as a student. And it's amazing.
And so part of why I asked that question, Kate, do you want to answer for the Pullman campus before we jump into the close for me?
Yeah, I would love to. I want to mention that WSU has over 85,000 hours of community service, and that goes directly into our universities and our communities. And also I want to mention our Drive to 25, which by 2030, we want to be the top 25 research universities in the country. So these are just amazing things that WSU does to support its students, its community. And I've done research, I've worked for these organizations, I volunteered. So it's really made an impact on my life.
Absolutely. And Natalie, TC campus, talk to me.
Yeah, so we have so many resources, but some of the ones that I can think of right off the top of my head are career services, our Mosaic Center for Student Inclusion, which is our diversity center, veteran services, financial aid, so student financial services, and maybe student abroad, the student abroad program, and the student engagement and leadership program as well.
And so the first thing that I want to do is thank all of you as our Cougar ambassadors. And why I had them end on that student affairs question is because we want to make sure that you have a place to go for that first question when you're afraid actually to come out and talk and engage with folks. And know that you have now officially been welcomed into our Cougar family and our Cougar community. And it's really important that you know that we didn't ask just questions about academics, what's your major, what campus you're going to. We want to know who you are, and we want to get to know who you are. Questions like, what coffee do you like? What ice cream do you like? I, by the way, like peanut butter and chocolate at Ferdinand's. It connects us as human beings. And it really, right now, more than ever, we need to reconnect with each other as human beings. So don't be afraid to start there. Don't be afraid to yell, "Go Cougs," as you're walking across the campus, because you don't have to know exactly where you are going on campus if it's your first visit. You don't have to know exactly what class you're going to be walking into, but you do need to take time to know one another and build the kinds of relationships that are going to help you be successful while you're here at Washington State University. Please don't forget to ask for help. You need to get the help that you need. We're here for you because Cougs help Cougs. It is real and it is what we live by as a community and as an environment. And asking those 3 words, they're the toughest words that anybody wants to say, but saying I need help signals to others how we can stand by you and be with you during your journey. I also want to just comment what Natalie said about being in community with one another. We need each other to get across that stage at graduation. We need each other to stay connected and to belong. I think about our esports club who spent time with over 2,000 students in late night gaming just to connect across the system. So please do not hesitate to fly that new and WSU Together flag. That is what it's all about. Fly that flag proudly and do not hesitate to tag that WSU Together on all of your social media accounts. I'll be picking up some things for you. Your next action steps, these are those things that we need you to check off, like Marina said, is get ready for campus orientation. You will learn all kinds of critical and essential information to be successful on the campus that you have chosen at Washington State University. You're going to learn the ins and outs of that campus life and some of those secret studying places or faculty and staff. You'll get to meet them who've made the difference in the lives of some of our students. For some, that orientation will happen right before campus, but there is nothing stopping you right now going and visiting your campus and getting that WSU Together picture taken if that's what you want to do. For Pullman students, please don't forget to register for orientation sessions that are taking place now through July at alive.wsu.edu. Again, for Pullman students, please make sure to register for orientation sessions that are taking place now through July at alive.wsu.edu. Please also follow us on our social media channels and don't forget to tag us as you are posting that WSU Together hashtag. We cannot wait to meet you this fall in person on campus at events and activities, eating together on the lawns and being in community and supporting each other. So let's go to gallery really quickly because Cougs, I got a question for you. Are you ready to sing the fight song?
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go Cougs and sing that Coug fight song.